This is Scorecard. Today on the program, we are back to one of the local governments that we had visited recently on the program. But today we are here on a different mission because this is an episode of a series, Covid-19 Busters. We are here to engage the chairman on his activities towards combating the dreaded coronavirus pandemic within this community. Although it's a very, very old and prestigious local government in Lagos, notwithstanding, we have to see how the people are bracing up to face the challenges of this disease within this community. My name is Umi Ayeni. Right now, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, the chairman is going to be seated with me, where I'm going to take him up on issues bordering on combating the coronavirus pandemic in this community. So just stick around, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is still Scorecard, and today we are on our series, COVID-19 Busters. Today, like I said a while ago, we are in one of the local governments that we had visited some time back when we came to profile the achievement of the chairman in the first 2 years of assumption of office. But we are back here today on the COVID-19 Busters just to also take down on record what the local government has done in the area of the coronavirus pandemic, how the chairman had gone out of his way to combat the disease in this highbrow area of Lagos. I'm talking about Ikeja local government area of Lagos, one of the oldest and most prestigious local governments in Lagos State. The chairman is seated with me, and I'm going to take him on a tete-a-tete on his activities towards combating the dreaded coronavirus pandemic. Let me introduce to you the chairman of Ikeja local government, Honorable Mojid Balogun. So nice having you on the program today.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So we are going to begin this way. We want to know what your activities towards enlightening the people about this virus. What did the local government do to create awareness within this community about this virus?
Yes. You can recall the first incident case happened in February. I think February 27th, when we had the first incident case in Lagos. And thereafter, we had a meeting with the governor of Lagos State, and together with the CDCs and the MOH. So every local government has to go back to their respective domain to sensitize. We did that. We called a series of meetings with stakeholders, and based on that, we went into action. We started by decontaminating the areas, by fumigating areas, schools, PACs, office, churches, mosques. But nobody was taking it serious until when it started spreading. We started recording numbers. So we felt there's a need for us to do palliatives based on what the state is doing, because we have to complement what the state government is doing. So a lot of that was done for the vulnerable ones, youths and ages.
Okay, now let's go into the, because you have almost preempted my next question, which is about the stimulus package, because we are all living witnesses to the fact that a lot of people went under very serious and very tense situation during the lockdown, and government parastatals, individuals, and they all came out to begin to share food palliatives to the people. Now, what did local government do in that respect in order to cushion the harsh effects of the lockdown?
You equally speaking what you have said, because like I did said, the Lagos State government started it, and we were supported to do same by the state government. Mr. Sanwo-Olu did so much for local government in terms of support. So we put heads together because we have to look at what is the basic needs of the general people of Ikeja. And we do food palliatives, rice, gari, beans, so many were given to our people. We went on when it became so empirical that we have to support the youth, because some of them never knew that this virus is a serious one. Started putting food into various wards. We cannot see area wards because they know how to reach the less privileged ones. So food were distributed. In fact, in about 3 phases, we did that in about 3 phases, even before the cut off of the lockdown.
All right. Now, let's look at the programs that the local governments have laid down to continue to reassess the conformity of the people to the demands, the protocol demands of the disease, as stated by the NDDC, that we should always observe these protocols so that we can mitigate the effect of the spread of the disease.
Even when you look at it, we cannot mention all, but I know immediately once the guidance was given, the local government went into action, giving sanitizers. We distributed sanitizer, face masks to all and sundry schools, everything, to various areas. So we cannot continue to mention, but we have to support what is the program, the government, both on code, the federal and the state. We have to support it. And because they cannot easily reach the people than the local government, so the local government must complement what they are doing to make sure that we cushion that effect. And we've done that tremendously. And in fact, it fetched us an award.
Yes.
It fetched us an award. Out of the 57 local governments, we have the best in terms of COVID-19 palliatives.
Wow, that's so commendable. It feels so good.
We have the best.
Okay. All right. Now, on the last note, because there is so much anxiety out there for the outbreak of the second wave of this disease, what is the local government trying to do differently this time around to put the people in check so that everybody can watch out for getting infected?
I think that second wave of the thing, but when you look at the experience people pass through, people don't even take it serious. And it's now a compulsory thing in Lagos State that you must go out with your mask. If you don't go out with face masks, it attracts a fine of 20,000. So I'm sure people will have to listen to that, because one, we must take our health serious. We are going to equally distribute more face masks because people are not seeing it as a serious pandemic. This time around, I'm sure it's going to be part of what we'll be discussing in budget. But nobody budgeted what happened, but it's going to be budgeted this time around, because we must make sure we put an end to this virus. And thank God that vaccine have been discovered for the virus. I'm sure by the time every government at various levels start putting in their efforts, I'm sure it will reduce the spread of the virus.
Okay. Now, back to the scorecard. We'd like to now take you up on the much success the local government had recorded, since our last visit here in the area of infrastructural development, educational environment, human and healthcare development of this local government. Having discussed the COVID-19 busters segment, so we want to now see how has the local government progressed in these areas.
Of course, it's a duty of the government to make sure that facilities are well maintained. What I'm saying is that it is the duty of every government to make sure that things are done for its citizenry. Ikeja local government make sure that we have road facility to maintain. There's hardly any interlink road in Ikeja that is not well touched now.
Okay.
We because if you don't touch the interlink road, there will be more pressure on the major roads. Schools rehabilitation is going on, buildings constructed, PACs were maintained, environmental services, that's cleaning up the environment it's a routine thing. In fact, Ikeja was mentioned as one of the third cleanest city in Southwest. It shows that work is ongoing. It's a routine thing, and we must keep it up. So all sectors of the economy is taken care of.
All right. Now, your last message to the people. One, this is very peculiar because this episode is going to coincidentally be our first episode in year 2021. So I want you to give a message of hope, a message of hope for good life, and what other messages, goodwill messages you have for the people of Ikeja. You know, they are very prestigious people anyway.
Of course, they are my people. I'm part of them, and I'm going to say I'm wishing them well, because Ikeja being the capital of Lagos, you have relatively peace in Ikeja. Maybe we are endowed with police headquarters and what have you, but the good people of Ikeja remain the good people of Ikeja. I can only wish them well, because there's nothing I can wish them more than well. They are continuing to be peaceful. When you look at what happened during the NSAS, Ikeja remain most peaceful. The local government remain most peaceful, because there is collaboration and understanding between them and their government. So I can only wish them well. That is going to be a prosperous 2021. What we did not budget for in 2020 and we went to it will not come back again. It is whatever we budget for that we materialize in 2021. That is my prayer for everybody.
All right, so nice talking to you on the program today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you've heard it all from the horse's mouth, and that's talking about the Chief Executive of Ikeja local government area here in Lagos State. I love this local government because I also had, I grew up here, have so many friends here, and coincidentally, the chairman happened to be my schoolmate. Anyway, it's been so lovely on the program today, and we're still talking COVID-19, COVID buster segment, and from here we shall go and speak with the vice chairman of this local government and the head of admin of this local government. We want to also air the views on this subject matter, and from there we shall be saying bye-bye on the program today.
When the coronavirus, which is COVID-19, broke out, first we asked our health department to move around the local government area to tell our people the do's and don'ts as said by the medical expert. And aside from that, I think we had palliative measures too that the council did, which is more than 3 times, so that when the lockdown was on, in order to alleviate the suffering of our people, this was shared to the less privileged people within our community. And I think as a result of that, about 3 weeks ago, the HG Academy gave us an award for that, because they were moving around across the local government within the state to look at their effort at alleviating the suffering of our people, and we were judged the best of the best in Lagos State amongst the local government and LCDA in this state. I just want to say this with all sense of decency that our people, I'm sorry to say, we are very stubborn at maintaining law and order. People does not want to comply at all. These two weekly sensitization on this by the health educator within the local governments, to encourage our people to always put on their mask, washing of their hand thoroughly as at when due. Wherever you are in contact with anything, you wash your hand with soap and water at least for 20 seconds. Aside from that, we do encourage our people to make sure that where there is no water, the hand sanitizers were even part of the palliative distributed for our people then, and nose masks too. All these were given to our people, and we continue telling them that this is necessary for their own personal health, because government cannot ensure your personal health. You have to take your personal health as priority by yourself. But we do continually saying this to our people, and I hope they will listen, especially during this second wave of the COVID now. People must take precaution, serious one, to ensure. Even some, as we are still saying, some are saying, no, there is no COVID. But those of us who have seen clearly there is, we do tell our people during the first wave, we have not recorded up to 1,000 people who are contacted, but now we have gotten above 1,000, sometimes 1,445, which is highly on high side now. I pray that our people will listen to they will listen to what we are telling them, that they should comply with the protocols of COVID-19, and not in the best interest of anybody, but in their own best interest, so that going to hospital or being at the isolation center is not best for anybody, and we hope and pray that such will not occur to any of us.
We give thanks to the God and to the executive chairman of the local government, Engineer Mojeed Alabi Balogun, for putting his best, because the pandemic came in few weeks after our budget retreat, and no government envisaged that pandemic will ravage the country. But immediately we realized it, Mr. Governor give executive order to all the local government chairman, and to God be the glory, our own executive chairman rushed to his action, and immediately we produce a lot of hand sanitizers, because talking to people is not easy. You have to also motivate them. So we started by engaging people, talking to them about the danger and the challenges of coronavirus, and the Department of Environment was involved, the Ministry of Information, Health, and we started engaging people. That was our first point of call. Secondly, because of the lockdown, we have to cater for our people. So the chairman called an emergency executive meeting, which was done through visual, and we swung into action. We did a very robust poverty alleviation. We make sure we cover over 5,000 members, community members. We did rice, gari, indomie for the children. That was the first palliative we did. Then after 1 or 2 months, we also did another one where we cover under over 5,000 community members. So, and hopefully that hoping that this thing will go as quick as possible. But while that is not coming in, we keep on putting our belts to ensure that we engage people and we do palliative to support our people, because many are losing their job and the youth are not in school. So we need to assist them. We have to go to school to talk to our the pupils, and we also try to do palliative. We also equally went as far as taking care of the teachers, to also boost their morale. So that's what we did to support His Excellency Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Part of what we did initially is to produce over 2,000 nose masks, giving out to people. We take it around the strata. We give it to National Union, we gave it to community members through the CDA. We try to make sure we get to the grassroots. All the stakeholders were involved in sharing the nose masks. Now that the issue of second wave is everywhere, the chairman has also contacted the executive. We have had a meeting, and first is to create awareness. We need to let people know that this is not it's not getting over soon. So we have been doing that. We have mobilized the environment department. They have been going out with their bosses, creating awareness through the publicity. Then we also the masks, the nose masks, has also been given out to people, and what we did recently, about a week ago, is to move out of the local government. Some of the chairman encouraged some of the executive to stay in front of local government, giving people who are just passerby, nose masks, and encouraging and talking to them to use their nose masks. So we are aware, and we also know that there's going to be economic challenges, hard to hit. So in this season, the chairman, in his own welfare package, also extend support to some stakeholders, the market women, the CDA, then some leaders in the community. Yeah, our advice is that we need to listen to government, we need to support the government, and we must be our brothers keepers. Anywhere we have information of people who are sick or who cannot breathe very well, or we have any information, including the security, I will just advise that we should, get to the government by, coming to the local government, or you call the 112 or 676 to immediately alert the government so that they know. Because I know that the Lagos government is up to tax, in this issue of coronavirus. They are up to tax, and I'm sure if anybody have any challenges, we call them, they will come to it immediately. So that would be my advice to the public.